Good afternoon, Fitchburg residents. I'm pleased to report Fitchburg is now listed as a community that has emergency child care programming. A special thank you to the Fitchburg Y, Children's Aid and Family Services, Seven Hills, and Busy Bee Preschool for applying as an emergency child care facility. As a reminder, these programs are available to provide emergency backup, drop-in child care for vulnerable families and members of essential workforces who have exhausted all other suitable resources. More details regarding the programming and a comprehensive list of facilities offering these services can be found on www.mass.gov. The city has been informed of a confirmed COVID-19 case who was an employee of the fire department. The individual is under isolation regulations as determined by the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, as well as our local Board of Health. Furthermore, all stations have completed professional disinfection. I want to extend the very best wishes for a speedy recovery to a member of our team while they recover from the COVID-19 virus. Every person on our municipal team plays a crucial role to keep our city operational. We look forward to their return when they are healthy and upon medical clearance. In addition to my daily briefings with public safety personnel, the Board of Health and the city's Human Resources Department, yesterday I joined a conference call with the Chamber of Commerce and spoke with local business leaders to provide city updates, review pending legislation at the state level, and Fitchburg business updates. I would like to thank the North Central Chamber of Commerce for putting this meeting together and for providing a platform for information exchange among business leaders. Our health department's outreach for volunteer nurses has had a great response throughout our community. I'd like to thank the approximate 40 nurses who have reached out to our health director. We have utilized their professional expertise to assist our public health nurse with data, database input, community outreach, and education. Furthermore, the efforts of our health department have been excellent. I'd like to thank our director, public nurse, inspectors, and clerks who have been charged with leading our community out of this health crisis. I would like to commend the Baker-Polito administration for filing on Tuesday special legislation for a municipal relief bill. This legislation covers a much broader range of issues, including changes to MCAS, extending municipal tax deadlines, and late payment relief. Flexibility for establishments providing takeout delivery to also provide beer and wine, and the modification to local permitting during the state of emergency. Currently, our emergency small business grant is doing very well, with approximately 40 applicants thus far. In the coming weeks, our community development team will be conducting 2 rounds of grant funding disbursement. If you are a business interested in these details, please visit our Community Development Business Assistance and e-permitting guide on the city's website. The city is also looking for partners to help participate in providing funds to assist with a small business grant. Special thank you to Enterprise Bank, who has already contributed to help support Fitchburg's small businesses. Our Department of Public Works Wastewater Division has asked that we participate in a public campaign to educate and remind us that we all have a role to play in maintaining our sewer system. It is crucially important for all of us to understand that our toilets are not trash cans. Over the past week, there has been a steady rise of trash, particularly wipes, being separated out during preliminary treatment. This burden on our system jeopardizes and puts unnecessary strain on our treatment process and our personnel. In addition, if blockages should occur in our system's lines or a backup in a resident's basement, these blockages will result in taking essential personnel away from running the treatment facility. It is vital for our infrastructure to remember that only toilet paper should be flushed And those wipes that are labeled as flushable are in fact not flushable. Please, please take heed. The braveness, creativity, and uniqueness of local partners doing extraordinary things has been humbling as we continue to battle the spread of COVID-19. First, I would like to recognize and thank Monty Tech, who has donated much-needed personal protection equipment to our Board of Health. This equipment has been distributed to our police and fire personnel so that they may answer calls for service with the proper protection. Additionally, 2 cannabis cultivators in our city, Garden Remedies and Revolutionary Clinics, partnered with Commonwealth Dispensary Association, have been approved by the Cannabis Control Commission and the Massachusetts Department of Public Health to change their production lines and convert their staff to making hand sanitizer, which will be donated to Massachusetts hospitals. Furthermore, Moduform has developed prototypes for face masks that can be produced by revamping their operations and equipment. I'm very proud that these companies are setting the example of how Fitchburg businesses are participating in the worldwide fight against COVID-19. Once again, I would like to thank and commend our city, municipal staff, local organizations, and others for being creative, finding solutions, and joining the fight to stop the spread of COVID-19. Thank you, be healthy, and be well. And at this time, I'd like to present our Director of Department of Public Health in Fitchburg, Steve Curry.
Thank you, Mayor, and good afternoon, Fitchburg residents. Residents, I am here to inform you, as of noontime today, we do have 11 confirmed cases in the city of Fitchburg. Once again, residents are reminded, please wash your hands regularly. Stay at home if you are sick. Wash and sanitize frequently touched surfaces in your home, and practice social distancing. I would also like to remind the businesses in our community, please avoid gatherings of people. I'd also like to remind that those that are non-essential, please remain closed per the governor's order. Be reminded if I or staff from the health department has to visit your business, it takes time away from investigating and tracking and dealing with our COVID epidemic. So please help out the health department and not force us to take steps away from the more important task at hand, which is protect our public health within the city. I'd like to announce that we have finally received our Wi-Fi phones, and we'll be reaching out shortly to staff these phones in our hotline. I will be receiving a training after this conference to know how these phones work. More info to follow very shortly on this. Currently, we are also reviewing all policies to get City Hall safe for the employees to return and offer city services without interruption. As Mayor DiNatale said, we do ask for patience with this adjustment. Even the most minor process, such as processing of mail within City Hall, is being reviewed with COVID-19 in mind. I want to personally thank our public health nurse, Dottie McNamara, as well as our Board of Health nurse member, Sandra Knipe. These nurses have been working tirelessly for about 13 days now, 24/7 in this pandemic. Without Dottie and Sandy's help, now, and they are working, might I add, with 13 communities, including towns from Clinton all the way west to Royalston, has been a tremendous task. We're looking at over 25 to 30 cases being interviewed, as well as household contacts and other contacts within these communities. This togetherness, as well as the public health nurses from Leominster and Clinton have joined in, as well as school nurses from those communities have joined in the investigation. So we have a tremendous amount of nurses working for what we call the Montechusett Public Health Network, which is 13 towns. I do remind folks that I update the webpage regularly, and I will do so immediately after this conference. If you do wish to know how many confirmed cases, that information can be found on the Health Department Emergency Preparedness webpage at www.fitchburgma.gov. I again remind you to be safe, practice social distancing, and I will do my best as Health Director of the City of Fitchburg to keep you informed. And I thank you for your attention to this matter.